So with the last minutes, let me just do what. Because what you're going to do is show notes, right? So when we come in next time, right? What will be is that this is like a show running table. This is like what they do in television. You know, I'm like the showrunner, and you guys are the writers. And what it will be is like, okay, what are we going to do? So, okay, I'm going to do my journey, and then I'm interested in doing a double podcast, and I'm looking for somebody to, you know, talk about.
Interview me, maybe.
Or have the opposite views.
Opposite views, yeah, and everything like that. And the panel, getting a group of people to talk about the same subject, right? Like I said, movies, TV, whatever, blah, 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 cosplay, all that other kind of stuff. But the show notes is that, so when you actually are designing the idea, right, you need like 3 points of interest. So that means that like everything has a beginning, middle, and end.
There's always names.
Yeah.
I've seen more about that.
I know. It's hard to be at the end when you're not at the end yet. But what I mean is you got to end this particular podcast.
Yeah.
So you can't just go on, oh my God, we can talk forever. Guess what? That's next week's podcast then. Because if you're in control, it's like what you're doing is you're creating a scaffolding. Right?
Story.
Yeah. So we know we want to go here, we want to go here, we might end up here. We might have gone here, you know, or we might end up there and everything like that. But the point is that we work that out with the show notes first, right? So we figure out what 3 areas we're going to cover as our beginning, middle, and end. Who's going to talk about it? But then mainly is who is the moderator, right? So also I'm going to ask you guys if you look at like a Collider video or something like that, or an after show, right? Then you'll see some examples of podcasting, right? You know, like basically it's like how these personalities interact, we don't know because it's organic, right? But we do know that if you have a point to go from A to B to C, the organicness will be, well, why'd you say that? I didn't know you were going to say that.
Yeah,
and then it might lead you somewhere. But the moderator has to bring it back. The moderator has to make sure that we get to point 2, and then end it with point 3, right? So whoever is the chosen moderator has to be that person that can make sure that the conversation doesn't go too left and too right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And everything.
Jumbo off course, everything.
Yeah. Now, I gotta tell you, Joe Rogan, I gotta tell you that this is big conspiracy theory. But no, it doesn't matter because we're at the end now. But what I was saying to say is that it's a lot of fun. I know, you know, I mean, like we got off to a late start, you know, went around the world a little bit. But also, too, is think about maybe like some of the questions you might not have answered for yourself and that. And then, you know, what we could cover. When we come back next time to be able to start show noting and podcasting, then what will happen is that the material will be put together and we can continue, you know, going, oh, wow, that was fun, change up the avenues, and then focus on like editing, right? Like how do I edit these things? Then how do we upload them onto YouTube and the channels? So what I was trying to show you what that was is that when we have the actual channel, let's say like the Life Food channel, under that would be playlists, and playlists is it's like the different shows on that network. So if you think about it like CBS.
The categories.
Yes. So my journey, which I think is great, my journey is a playlist in itself. Right? Whether it's you or other people, whatever and stuff like that. And what's fantastic is that once you start seeing other people's journeys, you might say, hey, I always knew Bob or Shirley, right? But they didn't know what they were struggling with. Didn't know what they've overcome. You know? Because maybe I just didn't ask. Right? But in that fashion, that's what that is about. So when you came to the interview thing, you would probably say, oh, well, let's do it like an interview where we can interview somebody, maybe from Life Rooms or somebody from their life that they want to talk about where they've been and where they're going. Then that's another aspect to it as well. Yeah? But then the main stuff is also, that's what I call socially relevant in a way, right? But the main thing is the fun stuff. And the fun stuff is the stuff that keeps you coming back. The stuff that keeps other people wanting to do more. So the last thing is, so it's YouTube, so you know that, right? And everything else like that. It's about overcoming whatever insecurities or fears that people feel may drum up for them by being there, right? Like in the YouTube universe. YouTube universe is not Facebook, right? It's, if you actually go and look at it like from here, you'll see that these are regular people, but it's fun, it's entertainment. You know what I mean? So it's not like that stuff where they have conversations around politics that you don't agree with. And that's why I didn't put politics at the, as an idea trend. I don't want you to go into seriousness, right? I want you to go into funness, because that's what you should be here for, is the fun aspect of doing it. Building your confidence to the point where it's like once you actually do it, then you can
confident, relax.
Yeah.
To do it in the right confidence
And
ways.
then you could do more of it on your own, because once you learn how it's done, then you can actually like develop your own thing, you know, like cosplay or whatever and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It just would be that, oh man, you know what? If I'm just sitting here and not doing anything, no, it's not. I'm not making any opinion. I'm just saying. I could do this with an eyesight on my computer. You know what I mean? I could do this with my phone. And then, oh my God, I didn't know it was just that simple and free to upload to YouTube.
Yeah. How are you? Can I? I'm sort of going to ask. How are YouTube making
Money?
from this? Yeah.
Advertising.
It's I've heard that they say advertising. So
YouTube is part of the whole Google AdSense scenario, probably. Do you know what I mean?
It's got worse though now, hasn't it?
Well, no, it's like you can ask yourself, how is Netflix making money? Netflix who pays billions and billions of dollars for
isn't
like...
that subscription? Netflix?
Yeah, but it's... What's your
And
subscription?
people are
35 a
subscribing
month?
to YouTube
What
to
is your
get the...
subscription? 35 a month?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, okay, it's 35 a month. Right? But guess what? So we think, that's nothing for all the stuff I could get out of this library here, right?
They're getting that times.
Times 1 million people around the world. You know what I mean?
It's the subscribers that do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like.
But it's also the advertisers that actually pay them to advertise on people's
Sponsorship.
channels.
Yeah.
No, you've heard of like, you've heard
Monetizing,
of,
innit?
yeah, you're monetizing, but I meant like, that's part of Google AdSense, but I meant like click and drag, not click and drag, click and add.
Yeah.
You know, you know, sometimes you're on a YouTube channel and all of a sudden an advert comes up.
Yeah.
And it says, oh, don't worry, man, 8 seconds, you can skip it. Right? Some of those ads, they stick you for a minute, right? You know, you have no choice.
I hate them. Some of
Yeah,
them.
well, because you figure just not telling, but it is. Unfortunately, YouTube is the new telling.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna have to get used to it. You know, it's worse when they do those panel shows and people are forced to do ads in the middle of the show. Oh yeah, we need to tell you about Hotbox. And people can't stand it, right? But then it's kind of like, dude, this is what keeps the lights on, man. Just give us a minute.
Yeah.
Some people
We don't like
sell out
doing it
though.
either.
Some people sell out that way rather than
That's not a
sticking to
sellout, man.
theirs.
That's for them to get money. These are people who weren't getting paid for a year to do podcasts. So, I mean, you got to understand that they're actors. They want to get noticed, right? We're regular people who want to get noticed. But then again, you ain't got all
I'm
that
not saying
time
they're
to
all
give up.
sellouts. I'm saying
No. Yeah, I hear you. I'm just saying this, that at the end of the day, you know, advertising is willing to pay for our livelihood of entertainment. Yeah?
I'm just going to say.
It's a suffrage, what we have to do.
I watch. Actually, I don't watch. Internet.
Wait, hold on. Let me just say this. Yeah, thank you very much. You can cut that off because I don't want the guy to be on this.
Oh, right.